Welcome to Rise Unwind. Every week on our show, we bring you lifestyle tips, tricks, and more from all the people who know it best. And this week, we have this.
He's able to capture microplastics, which is a real issue. We're all eating microplastics.
We're inhaling microplastics,
yeah,
eating credit cards.
Yeah, there's a credit card size of plastic in each of us on average in our brain right now.
They end up gaining all of the weight back and in the majority form as fat mass. So they end up losing more muscle and bone and gaining more fat in the process and dealing with all of those side effects along the way.
If you or a loved one has both Medicare and Medicaid, you can qualify for a dual special needs plan, which is also known as a D-SNP plan. And these D-SNP plans are for folks who may need more support because of their income, because of a disability, or just because of their health needs.
All that and more on Rise and Unwind. Between busy schedules and rising healthcare costs, finding the right care can be a challenge. Now UnitedHealthcare is making it easier with a new online platform that lets people shop for health and wellness programs just like they'd shop for everyday items. Here to tell us how it works is Amy Jordan, Vice President of Consumer Experience at UnitedHealthcare. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you. It's great to be with you.
So the idea of shopping online for healthcare sounds really innovative. Can you explain what the UHC store is and how it works?
Yeah, it is a newer concept for sure. And so we've really been focused on how we can bring forward tools and resources for our members as they are going through and navigating the healthcare experience. And so for us, the UnitedHealthcare Store is just one of the latest offerings that we have here. What it is a discounted direct-to-consumer marketplace that's bringing forward health and wellness offerings to really help support members with their overall benefit package, but making it an option for members to choose things that are personal to their unique healthcare journey that aren't necessarily always included in our typical benefit offering.
And what kinds of health or wellness options are available through the store?
Yeah, so we've really focused on kind of 4 key areas. Think kind of that everyday family life. So think women's health, maternity, those types of things. We've also got some great products and services in the nutrition and fitness space as people are starting to think about some of those lifestyle changes and helping manage some of that. And then we also have the chronic case and disease management type products and services. As we know, members are increasingly having 1 or 2 more conditions to manage. There are great digital tools and resources out there to really make this a much more simple process. It really eliminates a lot of the strain sometimes that can be placed on members as they're trying to navigate some of these more complex conditions. And so members have great options to go out and purchase some of these digital tools and resources to really make it more simple and fit into their overall lifestyle.
And how do tools like this make healthcare more affordable and easier for families to access?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a really key part of what we're doing here at UnitedHealthcare. The member experience, the consumer experience in healthcare has historically been more challenging, and we're certainly seeing an opportunity to really bring forward tools and resources to arm our members with the information that they need to make the right decision for themselves and for their family. So we've got tools like our Smart Choice enabled provider search, which is arming members with information about quality of physicians, effectiveness of care, and then we're marrying that in with cost transparency tools to really bring forward that financial security, or at least that financial information, as members are making their healthcare decisions, to really understand how that's going to impact their bottom line, their pocketbook, and really help them plan accordingly. And then finally, the UnitedHealthcare Store is the latest example, which is really there to kind of help supplement or bring forward opportunities outside of maybe the traditional benefit choosing time frame of open enrollment. And this is available year round. And as things come up, as needs arise, you're really able to go in and augment that with a personalized kind of choice around how you can best, support your family in those unique opportunities or unique healthcare needs that arise.
And for anyone interested in checking it out, where can they go for more information?
Yeah, so if you are a UnitedHealthcare member, you can go to myuhc.com or the UnitedHealthcare app. And if you're not yet a UnitedHealthcare member, you can go to uhc.com and learn all about our different benefit offerings there.
Thanks for being here, Amy.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Lately, we've seen all of the buzz around new weight loss medications, but with that popularity comes some real safety concerns. Many people are turning to compounded or knockoff versions that are sold online, and experts are warning that some can even be dangerous. So joining me is Dr. Leigh Verbois, a board member of the Alliance for Safe Online Pharmacies and a former FDA official, here to explain what's happening and how patients can protect themselves. Welcome to the show, Dr. Verbois. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Okay. There have been a lot of talk about compounded versions of these popular GLP-1 weight loss medications. I'm getting advertised for them. What are some of the real risks about these, and what should we know?
Yeah, I get a lot of advertisements too. And it's important to understand that there is a gap between FDA-approved drugs and compounded GLP-1s. And that's a real and serious risk for many patients. Mass compounders are creating knockoffs and untested and unproven drugs and adding unnecessary ingredients like B12 and falsely claiming that they're personalized for individual patients. Too often, these are being sold in illegal online pharmacies, and that bypasses all the safeguards that are meant to protect patients. We see that this is having an impact on patients. Patients are more likely to be hospitalized up to 2 times the rate of others.
And many people are surprised to hear that the compounded drugs don't always go through the same FDA process. Why are they allowed to be sold at all?
Yeah, compounded drugs fill a very narrow gap when FDA-approved drugs are not available for a specific patient need. Think about when someone has an allergy to a piece of an approved product. And right now, mass compounders are violating FDA rules by mass producing knockoff GLP-1s and pretending that they're personalized. Many are sold through these unverified pharmacies. And the safest thing that a patient can do is go through one of the verified pharmacies and only use FDA-approved products.
So if somebody is looking for a weight loss treatment, what steps can they take to make sure that the medication is safe and even legitimate?
Yeah, the first thing a patient needs to do to make sure they're getting safe products is to talk to their healthcare provider before starting any medication, and only use verified pharmacies that dispense FDA-approved GLP-1s. To stay informed, patients can visit the Alliance for Safe Online Pharmacies at www.buysaferx.pharmacy.
And finally, what more can be done by patients, providers, or even like policymakers to try to better protect people from these like unsafe online products?
I love getting this question because it shows that everyone has a little bit of responsibility. Patient safety has to come first. FDA needs to step up their inspection. They need to close their oversight gaps and enforce rules prohibiting the sale of unsafe compounded GLP-1s. Recalls and warning letters show us how serious the risks are. And the data I showed on hospitalization, it showcases that. At the end of the day, this is fundamentally a public health issue. Patients should consult their healthcare providers, but FDA needs to close those gaps and showcase their critical role in keeping patients safe.
I want to thank you for joining me today. One more time, where can we go for more information?
Go to www.buysafrx.pharmacy.
Dr. Verbois, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
We're getting close to the end of the year, and if you have money left in your FSA or HSA, now's the time to use it before you lose it. Many people don't realize those funds can help cover important vision care expenses, like contact lenses. Joining us with tips to make the most of those benefits is Dr. Luekenga, optometrist and Alcon advisor. Welcome to the show, doctor.
Thank you.
So let's talk about those accounts. What's the main difference between FSA and HSA, and why do so many people lose money every year by not using them?
Well, both are pre-tax medical savings accounts, but the big difference is that FSA accounts have a use it or lose it provision, which means if you don't use those dollars by the end of the year, they're forfeit. A lot of people don't even realize that they have these accounts, or they don't know where they can use these accounts or how to spend them. And so they just go left unused. Up to $4.5 billion a year is left unused and lost.
That's quite a staggering number. Some people may not realize that contact lenses qualify for these benefits. How can HSA and FSA funds help cover vision needs?
Absolutely. Contact lenses are a necessity for so many Americans, and they don't realize they can use these FSA funds towards that. But it's simple. You just go to your eye doctor, and with your HSA or FSA card, you can swipe it to pay for your eye examination as well as contact lens fittings. In fact, you can even buy all of next year's contacts right now with your FSA dollars that would otherwise expire.
That's really good advice. And with all the screen time most of us have now, do you have any advice to give patients who want more comfortable contact lenses?
Absolutely. If you're already wearing contact lenses or had a bad experience with contacts in the past, Alcon has developed an entire portfolio of contact lenses designed just to fix the problems that we have with dry eye and screen use. They call it their Water Innovations lineup of contacts. And they've got contacts for nearly every single patient in every type of wear modality. If it's a daily, a weekly, or a monthly lens, for patients with astigmatism or patients that have trouble seeing up close and far away and have to wear bifocals, they can use this Water Innovation technology to help them see and comfortably and clearly and give them the lens experience they deserve.
And why do you think eye care should be a priority when deciding how to use those end-of-year funds?
Well, eye care is critically important. And in order to be able to see clearly and comfortably, we need that in order to just function in everyday life. But in addition to that, if you're getting your regular eye examination, you're not just taking care of your eyes, but you're also taking care of your general health, because so many other health conditions can be detected with an annual examination. So that's what I'm here to do, is remind people to use their HSA and FSA accounts to get their eye care and to even supply themselves with contact lenses from Alcon next year.
And for anyone ready to take advantage of those benefits, where can they find more information?
To learn more about Alcon's Water Innovations and how they can get the comfort they deserve, go to wrappedincomfort.net. And you can find out how you can make your contact lens experience a lot better.
Awesome information today, Dr. Aaron. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Mandy.
You ever wish you could see what the future of our planet might look like and meet the people building it right now? Season 2 of the Visionaries with Zay Harding takes us on that journey from remote landscapes to busy cities, showing how inventors, scientists, and everyday problem solvers are tackling today's biggest environmental challenges. So joining me today are Zay Harding and series executive producer Thais Lopez Vogel from VoLo Foundation. I want to welcome you two to the show. How are you guys?
Thanks. Yeah, we're doing great.
you.
I like that intro. That's great. Like seeing into the future, all of these people that we feature actually have that vision. They're able to somehow see this happening just from an idea. So we jump in right as they're making it happen, which is really exciting.
And season 2, it's about to launch. What should viewers expect this time around?
More of the same, but further. We're taking things further. So a lot more initiatives. We're traveling around the U.S. currently. Still, we're still hitting up some incredible. We're looking right now at the first ever electric tugboat. They're taking all the technology from our electric cars, and they're able to do stuff they've never been able to do before. Because all that money and research has been invested in electric cars, now they're able to put it on boats, and they're quiet. They're better for the environment. They're not leaking anything. This is a hybrid plane over here. So you've got half electric, half fuel. This is Ed Begley. He's got his home, completely sustainable. Those guys are in Keep Tahoe Blue in Lake Tahoe. They've got a B-bot, a beach robot that roams around 54 miles cleaning up. This is a kid who does a recycled battery program. This guy has an electric stove. I mean, there's all kinds of, we cover all the bases in every which way. This is a girl taking fish scales and turning them into plastic. There's
We're not going to
plant.
tell you everything that's in season 2. You have to watch the show.
But there's a sneak peek.
I guess out of all of the stories that you guys filmed, was there one that has really stuck with you personally?
Yes. I mean, all of them are. The seashells one really hits me. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you one that was really, really amazing. In Louisiana, there's a recycle place that's taking the glass and they're just pulverizing it into sand-sized glass. And they're taking that and they're filling up, they're building little islands within all the bayous because those have been really messed up from the salt water getting into the fresh water, and it's killing all the cypress, which was giving the foundation for the islands there. And they're able to use this glass to create a sand and rebuild these islands, and plants are growing in them. So it's really making the area stronger for storm surges, flooding, and what a great way to keep the glass off landfills as well.
I love the ones that include the kids. I remember in season 1, there was a kid that was 12 years old that with a drone, one of his toys, he can detect the tornado coming into his town from 45 minutes before. So the kids are very engaged too in this show.
We do feature a lot of kids, which is exciting because they don't know the limits yet, which is really empowering because basically they say, why aren't we doing this? And someone says, well, because of this, and he says, well, then let's make it happen. We need it, so why aren't we making it happen? I mean, as a kid, you're taught that.
Yes,
and so they've got that great fresh mentality, and they're really pushing boundaries. This one kid was using sunlight and figured out if he mixes in titanium chloride, which I don't even know how he figured that out, just online research, which they're all doing, he's able to capture microplastics, which is a real issue. We're all eating microplastics
that are inhaling microplastics.
Yeah, they're
eating credit cards.
Yeah, there's a credit card size of plastic in each of us on average in our brain right now because of all the microplastics. And he's figured out how to capture that in water and then get rid of it. So there's all kinds of these initiatives that you can expect in season 2.
And one of the big themes here is inspiring people to take action. How do you hope the show motivates viewers to get involved?
Well, I think not only they're showing you, they're connecting the real solutions in real time with a hopeful, actionable results, and everybody can do it. So I think not only is an entertainer, the entertainer is very entertaining, it's a very upbeat show, and it can engage all the family, not only the kids and the adults. And it tells you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer, you just have to care enough. It's only when we care about our future that we invest in it.
It is real people, and that's a really good point. It's not anybody preaching, any companies doing anything. It's just people trying stuff that they're finding that are working. And so we're featuring that to hopefully inspire not just the viewers, but other people who are doing this so they can collaborate and start taking things further. We were just in Florida, and this guy's doing a sea hive, which is like a beehive design, which is so clever because they don't need anything to hold it together but weight. And they're using sustainable concrete, these designs that are hollow for fish to swim through. They've got holes in them to dissipate water and wave energy, and they put these right up at the bays, so it's protecting them from storm surges and flooding.
They plant the mangroves on top of it.
Yeah, it's creating ecosystems within. If it's not there, they're creating it, which is incredible. And they're teaming up with someone from season 1 who was doing sustainable seawalls, and they're working together now with 3D printing of this stuff. So it's really exciting to see
the connection, and the collaboration.
That's completely coming out of our show.
And you guys shine a light on innovators who may not always get that mainstream attention. Why is that so important right now?
I think that when you highlight innovators, not only they can partner, they get partnerships, they get funding, they get policy, they can get more research, the research can advance. And not only that, for you as a kid especially, being highlighted in a program like this, I mean, it gives you all the hope that what you're doing is gonna get you somewhere in the future.
And if somebody wants to learn more about the show or the work that VoLo Foundation is doing, where is the best place to start?
Any platform. We have VoLoFoundation.org. We have Visionaries TV. You can Google any of these platforms, and you'll find us there.
Yeah, and then watch the show on Saturday mornings on CBS. There's CBS.com and also Pluto TV.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to thank you two for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much.
Every year, millions of Americans who qualify for both Medicare and Medicaid miss out on extra benefits. Things like help with groceries, rides to the doctor, or even covering utilities, simply because they don't know these programs exist. Joining us today is Marian Cabanillas from UnitedHealthcare Community Plan to explain what dual special needs plans are and how they can make a real difference. Welcome to the show, Marian.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Mandy.
So good to have you. A lot of people may not realize they qualify for extra support through something called a dual special needs plan. Who's eligible, and why is now the time to take another look?
Yes, great question. So Medicare's annual enrollment period actually is open right now, and it runs through December 7th. So this is a really important time to check your options. If you or a loved one has both Medicare and Medicaid, you can qualify for a dual special needs plan, which is also known as a D-SNP plan. And these D-SNP plans are for folks who may need more support because of their income, because of a disability, or just because of their health needs. And for many of the people who qualify, these plans could be available at no additional cost. But Mandy, I've got to tell you, there's a kicker here. Nearly half the people who qualify are not signed up. And that means that a lot of people are leaving important benefits on the table.
How can dual special needs plans help simplify coverage and lower healthcare costs?
This is where the beauty of the D-SNP products comes into play, because what they do is that they actually coordinate both your Medicare as well as your Medicaid benefits. And so they make it easier for you to use both of them and to make sure that you're using all of your coverage, which can actually even help you lower your out-of-pocket costs. Most people that are eligible for these D-SNPs manage at least one chronic condition, and that's why these plans are set up to help coordinate your care. So some of the things that they can help you with are things like tracking your doctor's appointments, supporting your medication needs, connecting you to support services for things like housing and caregiver support, or even helping you stay current with your preventive care by making sure that you get your annual wellness visits or your screening.
And Marian, what are some of the extra benefits that come with these plans, things that might really help people day to day?
You know, this is where D-SNP plans can really make a huge difference. I always say this is where they shine, right? Because not only do you get your prescription drug coverage, but many of these D-SNP plans offer extra additional benefits. So you mentioned some of them at the top, right? When you were talking about vision, hearing, dental checkups, and cleanings. You can also get transportation. So you get rides back and forth from your doctor's appointment. And you can also get help with purchasing over-the-counter drugs like painkillers. But what a lot of people don't know is that if you've got a qualifying chronic condition, so for example, like if you've got diabetes, you can actually even get more benefits. So for example, it would help you with getting things like healthy groceries or helping you pay your utility bills. So you could get like your light bill or your water bill paid for. So these are really important benefits, and they vary from plan to plan. And so it's really important for folks to check what's available to you before you sign up. But at the end of the day, these benefits really can help you not just stay healthy, but also be independent, which is what we all want.
And if someone wants to see what's available to them, what's the best way to learn more or check eligibility?
Yes, so we would love for folks to stop by our website where they can learn a lot more about these D-SNP plans. Our website is getdual.com. And if you've got both Medicare and Medicaid, one of these D-SNP plans could be a great benefit for you. So please make sure that you take a look. But also remember, time is of the essence. You must enroll before December 7th.
Really good information today, and it's been awesome having you, Marian. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Mandy. Have a great day.
Millions of Americans have turned to medications like Ozempic for weight loss, but when the prescription runs out, the struggle often begins again. The question is, how do you keep the weight off and feel good naturally? Here to share some encouraging science is Shawn, a biochemist and clinical dietitian who's worked with Tonum Health and Duke University researchers. Welcome to the show, Shawn.
Thank you for having me on.
And Shawn, why is it so difficult for people to maintain their progress once they come off a GLP-1 medication?
Well, look, about 16% of the population is currently on GLP-1 medications or has been on them. And I actually think that number is much higher with compounding pharmacies and people buying directly online. But we're seeing people experience massive amounts of side effects. The GI distress, the constipation, the heartburn, the insomnia, the fatigue. This is really unprecedented, like how many people are experiencing significant side effects. And not only that, the majority of the weight that they're losing, up to 60% in studies, is bone and muscle. And that's where we're getting Ozempic face and the osteoporosis and some of these really significant long-term effects. And then on top of it, about 2 out of 3 people don't make it up to 12 months once they get on the medications because of all these side effects. And then when they get off of them, they end up gaining all of the weight back, and in the majority form as fat mass. So they end up losing more muscle and bone and gaining more fat in the process and dealing with all of those side effects along the way.
And are there any safe, clinically proven supplements that can help support metabolism or energy during that transition?
Absolutely. There is one that is being studied by Duke University. Just went through a 6-month trial and is extending for another 6 to 12 months with those 100 study participants. And this is the product from Tonum Health called Modus, and it's a multiple ingredient product, a dietary supplement that's meant to address not only GLP-1 and insulin sensitivity, but also fat metabolism, cellular energy, and longevity. And so we're seeing just that. Not only is there 10.5% weight loss on average across the 6 months, 14.5% for those that have excellent diet and exercise, but we're also seeing the majority of that weight loss, 87%, come from fat. We're seeing energy improve, sleep improve, inflammation improve. And so this is where it's really exciting that there is a potential to have a safe approach to GLP-1 and weight loss.
And so, Shawn, you worked on this clinical study around Modus. What stood out to you most about the results?
That you can have the benefits without the side effects. And I truly mean that. We're seeing people not just deal with the side effects, but actually improve in health and feel better along the way. And this is stark contrast to GLP-1 medications where people are miserable dealing with a host of side effects, getting punished on a daily basis just so they can try and lose some weight. And we don't know the long-term implications of some of these side effects. We're hearing concerns not only of bone and muscle loss, but also with vision and heart problems. And so this is really something that's exciting that we can say not only is it safe, but it's improving your health.
And so for folks trying to maintain a healthier weight without medication, what lifestyle changes really make a difference long-term?
Well, potentially taking the Tonum Modus, but on top of that, I would say hydrating, taking electrolytes, making sure you're eating whole, nutrient-dense food, making sure you're getting enough sleep along the way, de-stressing. All of these things are very important. I think with ultra-processed food, it's very difficult to maintain health because these foods are meant to override your appetite.
And Shawn, where can people go to find more details about Tonum Health and this study?
Tonum.com, Tonum, Tonum.com, and the product is Modus, MOTUS.
Really great information. Awesome having you on the show, Shawn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Rise Unwind. Please visit us on our website at riseunwindtv.com. Follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube at Rise Unwind. And thanks for tuning in. You take care. We'll see you next week.
When the light angles into the leaves, you can't place the scent or the breeze. A million tiny lives lie hidden in the trees. Soft voices whispering extraordinary things. A neon shift replaces the faces that you knew. Your lizard brain is bracing for the change inside of you.